Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to part 2 of my review for The Lost World Jurassic Park. Um, just to recap, I talked everything all the way up into the part where Dr. Malcolm and his crew just arrived on Isla Sorna, so taken from there. And then one quick thing I want to say that before I get moving on to the story, with the deleted scenes, there was deleted scenes that mentioned, when they mentioned the first deleted scene is with Arliss Howard is in a meeting with a bunch of members from Virginia talking about the talking about the family members, the people from the first one that died. The lawyer Gennaro, Samuel Jackson's character Ray, and Bob Peck's character Muldoon, and that their families have sued InGen for their deaths. That's one delayed scene. The next delayed scene is with back in some country was I forget what country it is because Pete Postlethwaite, he's like I said, the big game hunter in Roland. He said like in an outdoor I forget how where it is. Where is it? Some country he's sitting outside drinking, and his good friend Ajay, played by Harvey Jason, his longtime best friend. I should say, because they look like they are best friends, He's there to tell Roland that InGen chose him, to lead this expedition, and he can, it's a very unique expedition. And then while just like behind there's a little small group of people there, like especially like one guy who's like harassing a waitress, and I this part as and Pete Postlethwaite, I like him as an actor. He was also really fun. He was funny and really good, especially in this delayed scene here. Like he sees this guy harassing this waitress, and he tells the guy, well, first they make fun of him. It's like, he's like, it's the principal, and he said, you, sir, are no gentleman, and then tells him to buzz off, old man. He's like, well, what should I do? Should I bring your mother into this? And his friends are like, ooh, and the guy's like, I'll take you down with one hand tied behind the back. So they tie one. So Pete gets one of his left hand tied, right, and as soon as he takes a drink, he goes and beats the crap out of this guy, and gives him punch him, with one hand tied, and then just gives him a freaking elbow in the back, and that's it. And then the guy's friend goes and picks him up and rams his his nuts into one of the poles, I thought that was like funny what Pete does. Pete does in the delay scene like that, which I wish that could have kept in the movie, but goes and punches the lights out of this guy, So he goes and sits back down to continue with his talking with his friend RJ, and he tells him, RJ, take a look at my trophy room. Tell me what kind of animal that I do not have there, What that I don't have, Of course, means a dinosaur head, but I'll talk about that in a second. So again back into the storyline. Malcolm meets and his crew to meet with Julianne Moore, Dr. Harding. She sees a pack of stegosauruses. She approaches a baby, right, a baby stegosaurus. She's like touching it. She wants to take a picture, but then she ran a film and makes the noise, and it scares the adults, and they attack with their tails. But they get out of there though. So as they're heading back to the camp, they see smoke, a fire though, and then his Malcolm's daughter was cooking something, and then he gets angry at how he stole it away, and then they see helicopters, which I thought was help, but they see it has InGen on the logo on there, and it's Roland and Peter Arliss Howard as Peter Ludlow, They're leading this expedition to capture some dinosaurs. You know. Like Pete had a deal. You know, he'll do this, and as long as he gets to kill one of the male Tyrannosauruses, you know. And he says okay. So they're capturing some dinosaurs, you know, and as the Jeff Goldblum and his crew go looking, seeing what they're doing, you know. Um, uh, so that's when it's not. They're sitting there. They're looking at their bases, you know, so all the animals they have captured up in the cages. Um, Peter Ludlow's his plan is they capture dinosaurs, you know, to bring back to the mainland, you know, to make him start his own little Jurassic Park theme park, you know, in San Diego, you know, has a building that John Hammond had though, but never used it, so that he plans to use that to use the dinosaurs and put him in there, you know. But Vince Vaughn and Julianne Moore, they go down there, set the dinosaurs free, and they go and wreck the place, including destroying their satellite communicators, you know. And while that Vince Vaughn rescues a baby T-Rex that Roland had purposely broken his leg, you know, to make it moan and groan to lure the parents, you know. So he rescues the baby T-Rex and takes it back to the camp to repair its leg, you know. And Jeff Goldblum, he's like, no, this is a bad idea, you know. So he takes Kelly with Eddie in the high, you know, to this thing to go really high, you know, up in the trees, you know. He says we're perfectly safe, and then they hear the T-Rex roars, you know. Tries to call, but they don't answer. So he goes back down there, runs back, you know, they gotta get the baby out of here, you know, which they manage to fix his leg. But then we see one of the cars gets pushed off the cliff, and then Jeff Goldblum says, "Mama's very angry," and both T-Rexes appear from either side of the trailer. So they want their baby back. So which they do, they give their baby back, and but the parents, they're not done yet, so they start pushing the RV off towards the edge of the cliff. You know, which one half, which is attached to the first half, you know, it hits hanging off. Julianne Moore falls on the glass, you know, because it's overlooking the sea or the cliff right below them. So she's trying to be very still because the glass is cracking. So Jeff Goldblum manages to take her backpack in so she can hold on, hanging, you know. So then Eddie, he takes with the other car, you know, he tries to hitch that thing was it I forgot. I'm forgetting a lot of things. I forget what it was called. You know that's attached to the vehicle. You know, it's a winch. A winch. That's what it's called. A winch. A winch. So he ties it to the front end. So he pulls it around this. So he can use the car to back up and try to pull the RV. At the same time, he hands them a rope so they can climb out. While that's going on, he's trying to pull the RV back, which he is. You know, he's starting to pull the RV back up. But then the T-Rexes, the parents, they come back and they attack Eddie, and they take the car apart, you know. Tries to get this big gun, but he can't stuck. But then he gets picked up by the leg, and he gets tossed up, and the two T-Rexes, they tear him in half, you know. Which the T-Rex, for 1997, they look really good. A mixture of both practical effects and CGI, of course. But they still look really good for 1997, you know. So they toss Eddie up, and they both tear him in half, you know. Which it was different how Eddie Carr died in the novel. You know, he died because he was in the high, you know. But instead of getting killed by T-Rexes, he was killed by velociraptors. You know, he was in the high with some other people in there, and he fell off the high to the ground. And the T-Rex, the velociraptors attack him, and kill him. You know, so that's the difference there from the novel and the film. You know. But still, I thought it was kind of a gruesome death as well. You know, he gets the T-Rexes, they toss him and like, you know, and they just go, tear him in half, you know. But then so all the RVs and the car all falls off the cliff and explodes, you know. But they're still safe. Like they're holding onto the rope while all the RV starts going down through them, you know. because they're still inside, and the inside of the RV is falling off until it falls off the cliff, you know. So then they climb up. Then the rest of the Peter's his group, they help pull him, the rest of them up, you know. So they're talking and talking, you know, and so they decided there's an abandoned engine facility that's like a day's walk. So they decided to walk all the way towards there, you know. So as they're walking, you know. So they time for they stopped to take a break, you know, and one of the guys, Peter Stormare, you know, he's been in films, but mostly in a supporting role, you know. So he goes on to take a you know, take a leak, you know, and but then he ends up getting himself lost, and he falls down. He falls down like a steep slope, and he gets attacked by compies, or which that attacked the little girl at the start of the film, you know. Because earlier he has like this like a long stick taser, you know, he shocked one of them, you know. Because one of the guy, Dr. Burke, you know, tells him that thought they're not dangerous though, but they are, you know, because there haven't been any visitors on this island, so there's no reason for them to fear man. So he goes and tases one, and he goes, now it does. So then a whole bunch of them, he's like pile up on him, you know. One's like right here biting his lip like this, like that. Ow. So he tries to like throwing rocks at them, tries scaring them off, but they keep on following him, you know, until he comes over a log, and then they all attack him, and then you see this little red mist down below, you know. That he's dead, you know. So Roland is asking where he went, you know. They search for him, but they find him dead, you know, what was left of him, you know. So everyone's, when it's nighttime, everyone's sleeping, you know. Malcolm hears the T-Rexes approaching, you know, their footprints, the sound of them coming like from the first one, you know, boom, boom, you know. Like one of the T-Rexes sticks its head inside the tent where Julianne Moore and Vanessa Lee Chester is, you know, they're still trying to sleep, you know, but the T-Rex is smelling the blood from the baby, you know, that's on her cloth that's hanging, you know, and they're trying not to make any. They're trying to stay very quiet, not trying to make any moves, you know, until one of the guys wakes up, you know, and starts screaming, you know, ah, you know, and Ian is trying to tell them don't move. Of course, they don't listen, you know. The rest of the group get chased by the second one, which is the female T-Rex, and while Roland, he tries to shoot the male one with the shotgun, but he pulls out there was bullets, you know, because earlier Vince Vaughn, you know, he said, "Can I mind if I hold your gun?" You know, it's like nope. But then when he leaves his gun next to him, you know, he took his bullets, so he goes and gets the tranquilizer, these powerful tranquilizers, and shoots a couple of them into the T-Rex to make it put to sleep, you know. While that's going on, the female T-Rex is chasing the other people, you know, like one guy, like the same guy who screamed at the same guy who screamed. He gets like he's like ah, and then the T-Rex just goes and steps on them, and it gets stuck to his foot, and he gets getting smushed, you know. Like he just gets stepped on, and it gets stepped on until it's like it's stuck on the T-Rex's foot, you know. You know. And now this is gonna take more parts, so I'm gonna stop here at this stop. I'm going to go on to part 3 on this one, so stay tuned for part 3 of this review. So stay tuned.